The intracoastal waterway winds its way along the Atlantic coast through North Carolina. Not only is it beautiful to look at, it's beautiful to sail on, and it has some amazing residents.
That was cool. Right up alongside the boat.
Welcome to Stir Crazy Sailing and Adventures. I'm Dennis. I left a career I enjoyed to pursue the activities that I love, with the aim of single-handing a sailboat from Lake Michigan to the Caribbean.
That's just a bad idea.
I expect some success and some failure along the way, but that's part of the adventure.
All right.
I'll also share with you how I try to stay healthy and fit as I go. Having you along will make this trip even more fun. Thanks for joining me. Black cat just crossed my path in Oriental, North Carolina. I'll tell you, I've known about this place since I was a kid. I've heard about Oriental, North Carolina as a famous sailing spot, and it's a cute, quaint little town, but I would have thought it would have been more developed, and maybe the multitude of storms has had an impact on the population or development here, because there ain't much. There are a few restaurants, a couple of coffee shops, a good marine supply store, and then the fishing industry. But you know, then marinas have plenty of boats in them, plenty of transients on the intracoastal waterway going through here. But it's a shallow harbor. It's small and very limited, but cute town, and I'm glad that I'm here and having a good experience. Just very different than I expected, honestly. Now I can get myself a smoothie. They've got a smoothie place here. I'm fired up for that. All right. And I'm grateful for the courtesy car as well at Whitaker Point Marina. Every marina courtesy car is a story in itself. I'm not sure when Chevrolet stopped making the venture, but this one's seen some service. A van is great. I'm sure for lots of people and lots of groceries, for provisioning and so forth. It's just so nice to be able to drive from the marina to the grocery store and grab everything that I need. But this one looks like it's survived since the Stone Age. Got a place where I can get a smoothie and a coffee. Supporting the local economy. A lot of the buildings here have living space and their retail space elevated. You can imagine why, right? They get some weather here. I don't know when the last big flood was here, but I bet it wasn't so long ago. The town is surprisingly smaller than I expected. Yeah, there are some recreational boaters here, and then a lot of commercial fishing. Yeah, some big vessels there. I think one of Blackbeard's boats was found around here, so it's popular with scuba divers. There are plenty of stories of sunken treasure around Oriental as well. Oriental was just a quick stop along the way. I was in and out and on my way across Neuse River into Adams Creek and on my way to Morehead City, all part of the intracoastal waterway, and I'd have to anchor too to wait out some high winds. Another glorious day in North Carolina. I just got up, and the water is just flat as a pancake and beautiful. I've got a neighbor today. Both of us were looking for a nice quiet anchorage before the wind hits at 3 o'clock in the morning tomorrow morning. I have one issue though, and that is my battery. I left my boat on my engine starting battery for the night with my anchor light on, drained it to 0. I know that I've got some issues with my engine starting battery. I think it's time for me to consider what batteries I have and what I'm going to need for the future, which is a $1,000 question. I'm not sure I know what I have. I thought I knew what I have, but I'm not sure I know what I have. And so I think I'll be tearing apart some stuff in the garage today to take a look at the battery. I know that the battery for engine starting is inadequate. I had to get that in a hurry in Oswego, New York. There wasn't a marine supply store anywhere nearby. It was okay from Napa. So I need 2 different types of batteries for two different purposes. One for starting the engine and for raising the anchor with the capability to have a burst of energy to run those systems. But then I need 2 other big batteries that slowly discharge and can keep their charge for a long period of time while they run my electronics, my chart plotter, my auto helm, my AIS, and all that other stuff. That's what I need. I don't know. It's early, but I've got battery issues. I turned on a light this morning when I got up. It was like a night light in an infant's bedroom. I mean, it was not bright at all. It didn't do anything. You know exactly what I mean. You know, when the little kids, you know, underneath the blanket, and it's got the mobile and a little light off in the corner. Instead of bright, show me what's on the desk. Yeah, it was like the kids' room. I'll tell you how the battery issue ended up downstream a bit. Getting off the hook presents a challenge in this wind. If something goes wrong and I don't get it right, I'm on that guy's beach over there. So the reality is, I'm better off here than at the marina as well. The marina's closer to the ocean. It's 2 hours from here, it's 2 hours closer to the ocean. And how stable the boat will be there against a dock is uncertain. This is going to wane out in another couple hours, which obviates the need for me to even be in a marina. I thought things were going to be worse, which is why I thought I would need to be in a marina for a couple of days. But I think I can whittle it down to just one day, get in a workout on the boat, do some video editing, and you know, save myself $100. That's the reality of it. But yeah, there is a bit of anxiety that comes with you know, this amount of wind and the amount of tension on the chain and on the anchor. So I put down my secondary anchor as well. And I can see and predict wind where tomorrow morning by 10 o'clock getting into the marina is easy peasy. But in this wind, docking too is going to be a challenge. So I contacted the good folks at Morehead City Yacht Base and said, how about tomorrow? And they said, that'll be fine. That should work out. Hopefully others don't buckle themselves down there and create an issue for me to get in. But right now, I think I've made the right decisions. Hopefully my chain doesn't snap sometimes. End up in somebody's boat dock. I'm going into a marina because I've got to pick up a buddy tomorrow, and he's going to join me for a while on the boat, just in the ICW. The waves will be wrong for me to go out into the ocean initially on Monday. Tuesday would be better, but it's a logistics nightmare for where I have to drop him off. So I'll be in the ICW with him for a couple of days. I'm not getting enough water right now. I need to watch some on YouTube too. Jim Barrett Adventure, good channel.
I just ran up on some more rocks here for the shallow swift. I'm gonna have to get out and drag. And I stood up and it looks like there might be a place I can camp here. It's not the best, but I'm gonna get out and just check it out.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about bears, but there are some similarities between his experience and mine. Man, perfect morning. I just said buzz up to take a look around. And it sure is nice when the wind dies down and everyone is gone and it's just you, me, and the sea. Thank you for joining me. I don't know where I'd be here without the crew members. You folks, you make this all so much more fun. You really do. And this experience is just fantastic. I hope that somewhere along the way you can learn something or help to plan whatever future adventures you have through these stories that I tell you online. But I'll tell you, you watching these videos, you make all the difference. Thank you. I'm grateful. Had out 2 anchors because I slept better with 2 anchors out. The boat didn't move an inch, but we had some wind and some waves. I am going to motor my way down Adams Creek today and get to the little bay. That's just north of Morehead City, and then go to Morehead City. Yesterday I would have had my hands full getting into the Marina there. I was better off on the hook, I'm sure. So as people leave there today, I'm going to sneak in there, pump out, fuel up, pick up a pal, and then get on my way. I hope you enjoy the journey. I'm glad you're along. Thank you, crew. Nice out here. Oh, these kids were jumping a moment ago. This could be great. Bummage I disturbed them. When I saw them about a quarter mile ahead, it was cool. They were jumping right out of the water. So cool.
Serenity quickly gave way to the hustle and bustle of getting in and out of Morehead City. Those of you who've been watching these episodes know that the ICW is not just a narrow canal or narrow river. It widens right out into big waterways like the Bogue Sound.
I needed to sail. We're in a very narrow channel in the intracoastal waterway, and got the sails up, and we're making better than 6. Got my buddy Jack at the helm. I just put up the sails. Didn't use Sparky today for my auto helm like I would normally, because I've got a buddy aboard. Say hi, Jackson.
Hi.
So we're doing great. It's a beautiful day. And I need to trim sails. Narrow channel for a sail, but we need to make up some time, and the wind is great. We're just inside the Outer Banks and the intracoastal. It's good to have a guest aboard. It's fun. I don't feel like I'm cheating on my initiative to be a solo sailor. I would probably be motoring through here if I were single-handing. I don't know. It's too narrow for me to have put up the sail on my own, even with Sparky. But with somebody to help steer into the wind at just the last moment, when I've got that last 15-20% of sail to put up to take off the pressure, yeah, that allows me to sail today rather than motor. It's awesome. Cranking along at better than 6 knots is fun. But we have to watch our depth, that's for sure. How's the depth, Jackson?
Not good. 5'7".
On the other side of this beach here is the Atlantic. We're just barely inside the Outer Banks.
Our goal for the day was to drop the hook at popular stopover spot Mile Hammock Bay, which is right next to Camp Lejeune.
Good to get some sailing in.
Yeah.
That makes all the difference.